Hello, welcome back to Spider's Web, and in this video we have an unboxing. There we are, that's the unboxing we're going to be doing. Let's have a look what it is. So if I take a knife of opening and cut the tape around it, we will find out that it is in fact a Kickstarter game. It's an expansion for a Kickstarter game I've already done, but this particular one we have a little bonus with it as well. In fact, two little bonuses. The game itself is Cthulhu, the Horror of Dunwich. Sorry, the Horror in Dunwich. This is a brand new designed variant of Cthulhu, a deck building game. Because the design on these is different, I've got the game again. And not only that, but if I move this, I also have the playmat. So let's have a look first of all at the Horror in Dunwich, and then I'll open up the deck building game and compare it to the old deck building game. Okay, so let's get down to the table and have a look at what's inside. Okay, let's have a look at the playmat first of all. It's in a nice neoprene mat, as hopefully you can see. We have spaces all along, but in the bottom left hand corner we have the planning phases with all the different sections on that, and the combat phase with all the different sections on that. Hope you can see those. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces for minions, and at the top there, hopefully you can see that, we have 2 spaces for the Elder Gods, and then we have space for the public library deck. 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces for the public library cards, and then 3 spaces for ally cards. And then along the bottom we have 1, 2, 3 location, 2 permanent mythos, 1 mythos location, and we have the derangement deck and the mythos deck. And as you can see in the background there, a nice design, very matte finish as opposed to the slightly shiny rest of it, of the tentacles. And you can see, nice. It's a nice little mat. Nice little mat. Well, it's quite a big mat actually. But there we are. You've not come here to see a mat. You've come here to see the Horror in Dunwich. So there we are. That's the box. And it's a cooperative deck building game set in the Cthulhu world. The cry of the whippoorwill have foretold the return of the Elder Gods. Now they are back stronger than ever in the precipice in Dunwich. Is your vestigial instinct strong enough to vanquish the Horror in Dunwich? There is only one way to find out. There is only one way to find out. It's a standalone expansion to Cthulhu, but it can be played on its own or in combination with the original. As you can see, ages 14 to Cthulhu, takes 45 to 120 minutes and takes 1 to 6 players. Inside the game we get 13 Elder God cards, 19 Investigator cards, 13 unique mission cards, 121 total, 47 unique Mythos cards, 107 total, 89 unique library cards, 193 total, 13 Mythos location cards, 10 derangement cards, 60 starter cards, 10 combat tracker cards, 24 health and sanity pointers, 1 Cthulhu 6-sided die, 1 card divider tray, 1 investigator handbook, and makes a total of 535 cards. There we go. And on the bottom as well there is a how to play code thingy there. But let's get into the box. There we are. Nice. Now then, what do we have in here? We have the die. Sorry, upside down. There we are. It seems a regular 6-sided die until you get to number 6 and you've got that Cthulhu image there. Here you get your rule book. A nice little rule book. It's the Investigator Handbook it's called. 28 pages. Yes, sorry. Next we have the character cards. We have the Gambler. And if I can... In fact, if I move that over across there, put them down there, and then lower the camera. Okay, here we are. We have the Gambler. We have the backstory, the special ability, and the after death ability. I cannot for the life of me remember which ones are what when it comes down to the widget. Okay. Right, so that's the health and that's the sanity. There we are. I couldn't remember which ones they were. Okay, so we have the Gambler. We have the Outsider. We have the Horror Writer. We have the Judge. We have the Hobo. We have the Medic. We have the Anarchist. We have the Acrobat. The Musician. The Reporter. The Anesthesiologist. The Cowboy. The Bootlegger. The Big Game Hunter. The Grave Digger. The Butcher. The Blacksmith. The Time Traveller. And finally the Con Man. These are all the player characters that you get with this. What you also get is tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of cards. But before we all start opening them and going through them, I'm not going to show every single card. But we also have these. These are the black card dividers for the different areas. If I bring the box back, you'll see, if you look carefully, we've got little ridges here. These will not fit them. These go that way into that one. There we go. I thought I was on the right track with that. Obviously not. Never mind. The mat will go in there. It will roll up and fit into that box. Or so I would imagine. But we have that. We also have these. You saw the little bag just then. But we have these. These are little Cthulhus. And what these do, these work as trackers. They clip onto here. And any other card that needs any form of tracking, not just the character cards. And then when your character will start off with 30 health, and in this case it will start off with 15 sanity, and as they lose health that will slide down, and as they lose or gain sanity, that will move either way as well. We have a nice big bag full of these. There we go. Next, I'll put those back in there. Let's get into these cards, shall we? What do we have here? Mythos cards, library cards, minion cards, more library cards. I'm trying to get them in some form of order, and more library cards. Okay. Whether or not these are all library cards, I don't know, but we will find out. So let's slice into these and see what we have. Yes, all these seem to be library cards. Oh, some minion cards there. So we have library cards. And the library cards, things like spells. They're the old spells. I can't remember. As I say, I'm not going through these in any great detail. I'm just going to give you a quick look. Oh, spells, gear, location cards. Gear, obviously, is items you can pick up during the course of your adventuring. So there's library cards there. Let's open this deck of library cards. I wonder if this is all library cards or if there's any others mixed in as well. Because there seems to be a lot of library cards if all of these are library. Yes, all of these ones are library by the look of it. Let's have a quick look at some of these cards. We have equipment cards, more to these, allies, more allies, action cards, anything else? Now you can do all sorts of things in this. So that's one deck of library cards. As you can imagine, because there's so many library cards, there's so many cards in this game, I don't particularly want to go through and show every single one. We'll be here for an hour just skimming through cards. So as I said, I'm just going to literally skim through and see what there is. Okay, so we have a mixed deck here as well. Okay, so here are the rest of the library cards, and we have, oh, that's a Mythos location card. Okay, so we have starter cards here. These are the ones you get at the beginning of your game when cards are getting dealt. So you'll have stagger, stagger again, stagger again. Then you have sleuth cards. More stagger cards. I have not played this in a long time and I cannot for the life of me remember how it's played. I just know that when I have played, I've enjoyed it. So all these, okay, are the starter cards. That's the starter deck. So I'll put that to one side. Next we have Mythos location cards. Now I don't know whether there are any of these in other decks. Let's open this one and see. Might as well look at all of them at the same time rather than jumping backwards and forwards trying to get them done. So we have Mythos cards. I'm looking for Mythos location cards. Do we have any? I don't know. By the look of it, I would say not. I think these are all Mythos cards. Yeah, these are all Mythos cards, so we'll put them to one side. And we have minion cards here. Are there any Mythos location cards in here? Oops. So minion, 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 minion. I'm just whizzing through the back just to see. Right, all the minion cards are there. So we have the library cards looked at. We have logbook cards. We have Elder God cards. We have derangement cards. We have Mythos cards. We have minion cards. And we have Mythos location cards, which are these ones. So this location is a mass grave, or Innsmouth, Dunwich, decrepit castle, august pillars, ancient tomb, Yog Sothoth's temple, the nameless city, a shipwreck, plateau of Leng, mountains of madness, and the Miskatonic University. These are the Mythos locations. The logbook cards. Now then, these ones again, we'll use the little clipboards, and they're all exactly the same. These keep a track of your enemies' health. So that's what these are for. Okay. As I said, everyone is exactly the same, so I'll just show you the front one. You've got your planning stages, your combat stages, and your your enemies or the monster's health counter there. Next we have derangement cards. So we have psychotic, we have manic depression, we have dementia, we have a warped mind, we have phobia, we have unbridled fear, we have mental pause, we have trauma, we have crippling stature, and we have rage. These are all the derangement cards. I'll leave the Elder Gods till the last one. Have a look at those last. Let's have a look at the minions, shall we? These are all the monsters that you can fight. So we have Tapers, whatever they may be. We have Zulbazur, whoever that is. We have a lot of cards from there. We have the Dunwich Horror. We have Deep Ones. It's beginning to look a lot like fishmen. We have the Formless Spawn. What else do we have? There's a lot of these because they do come in groups sometimes. We have a Ghoul. We have lots of ghouls. We have Nopkefs. Do not know what these are, never heard of them. Some of these are actually new to me, even though I have read a few of the books. I've not heard some of these. The Hound of Tindlos. Heard of this fella? We have Migo. We have what else? A Knight's Gaunt. Some of these are familiar with other Cthulhu based games, obviously. But some of them are quite new to me. We have Serpent Man. We have Shoggoth. We have Normally some of these would be actually the elder gods rather than minions, but I'd have thought. Maybe wrong. We have a sorcerer. And we have more typeurs. So I think these have come from 2 different decks. So I'll put them at the bottom with the others. I'll pop that on the side. Let's have a look at the Mythos cards now. Acid Rain, Amorphous Elders, Ancient Gold Coins, Avalanche, Bending Time, Black Blood, Black Book of Azathoth, Cataclysm, Charon the Ferryman, Crawling Ooze, Cryptid Cocoon, and many more. We're not going through them all. We're just going to have a quick look at some of them. Yeah, there we go. I can't see really if there's all that great a difference between the original game and these. There is. I can tell by the cards. These cards seem to be a lot nicer. But they seem to be a lot nicer, not a lot thicker as well. If I remember rightly, these were quite thin cards for the original deck, and they've thickened up quite a bit now, and they're quite nice. Anyway, what do we have here? More digging. Mithra, Ithaqua, sorry, Dagon, Kefalpa, Oeb. I have not a clue how to spell that one, or how to pronounce that one, not spell it. Xenon, Yog-Sothoth. I saw mommy kissing Yog-Sothoth. Yig! This fella, whoever he may be. Ubo Sathla. There are so many. Sathogua. And the Great Dreamer. There we are. That is all the cards for the horror in Dunwich. When we come back in the next video, we'll do the unboxing for the Cthulhu, a deck building game, which is the original game for this. This is the standalone expansion for it. And then later on we'll have a quick look at video where I compare both the original version and the new version of Cthulhu, a deck building game. What I have to do now is actually get onto Board Game Geek, or the actual Kickstarter page, where it gives a list of all the cards, so I can make sure that I've got everything that I need for this game. But this is what I've got. It's arrived today. I've been waiting for this for a while. I'm really happy it's arrived. Hopefully we'll get a few gameplay sessions in, and then we'll do a games nights video on this one at some point. But that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Well, until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.